Much better. So, today is going to be episode 8 of the word motivation series, and the 3 words that we have for you today are going to be potential, action, and reality. Ponder this for a second while I get the definitions for you in the background. This is take 3 in episode 8 of the Motivation Words series. We have potential, action, and reality behind me. We'll get to that in a second. But for starters, before I start going off in different directions and lose my train of thought like I normally do, we're going to look at potential. Potential is having or showing the capacity to become something in the future. What is this? It means it could grow, it could blossom, it could do something. It could be destructive, it could be powerful, it could be positive, negative, anything. But the point is that it could grow into something larger, smaller, something, anything. It could grow, it could change, it could do something. Okay. With that in mind, action. What is action? Action is the fact or process of doing something. Pretty simple. The action. You did it. It is done. It was an action. It is an action. It is being actionated, activated, actionated. I don't know, but action is the doing of the thing. But how should we think of action? This sub-statement that came with the definition of action is typically to achieve an aim or goal. Okay. Action leading up to your success, your demise, your something. Anything. Action is a thing leading to another thing. Something that you did to lead to another thing, to be more precise. Yes? You like it? Moving on. Next word, reality. What is reality? Well, reality is the world or state of things as they actually exist. I like it. So, here we go. This Coke is real. Its reality exists within the cup. If I put it into my mouth, it has the potential energy of my height. It could fall as far as the ground, and that is the extent of its potential energy. Pretty simple. However, if I take the action to swallow it, I become the catalyst in its movement. Observe. Yes, you see? See again. Yes, great. So, the reality is that the thing exists in the state of either the cup or my mouth. The potential that way is what it could do. Well, in an energy perspective, it has the potential energy of whatever altitude it has above the ground that it could fall, because that's how potential energy works. It also has potential in the sense that it could go into my system, it could corrode my arteries, cause death, pain, anxiety, kidney stone, or it could give me nutrition, hydration, and cause me to live for a couple more minutes before I die of thirst and hydration. Pretty simple. The action, where I became the catalyst in its movement, was swallowing it, pouring it into the cup, pouring the cup into my face hole, and then using my throat to do that weird thing that your tongue does with food and liquids, to cause it to, it does that little roll thingy, it does a worm, and it causes it to go into your stomach. This is why you can swallow if you're upside down. Fun fact. It's possible.
Ever wonder how a keg stand works?
So, those are the action, potential, and reality of the Coke that I just drank. Now, potential. are your external forces, the things that act upon you, the outside world. Your actions are your internal forces acting outside on the world. Now, how do these tie together? Well, we have our perception on our actions, we have our perception on our potential forces, and then we have the reality that ties it all together. Now, the way this works is that our actions can either go in a positive direction or a negative direction. Potential actions can also do the same thing. They can go in a positive direction or a negative direction. Now, here's where reality comes in. We look at the potential. Let's take a step back. Potential, in its positive and negative directions, could do several things. For example, you could potentially win the lottery. Would be nice, but it's potential, so I wouldn't count on it. You could potentially spontaneously combust. No one's proven or disproven that this can happen yet, but it's possible. Anything's possible. Man walked on moon. People went to the bottom of the ocean. Actually, I'm not sure if they went to the bottom of the ocean, but they've gone places in the ocean, so I feel close enough. So, good things, bad things. Positive, negative. Your actions, same thing. They can either coincide and go positive or go negative. The reality is where these two meet together. The potential can be something really good. Winning the lottery, for example. It has the potential. See, this is the reason that I like the word potential. Because people see the lottery and they're like, oh, I'd like to win the lottery because you get a lot of money. But here's the thing. It could potentially be good and it could potentially be bad. Because sometimes people win the lottery and they get rid of their credit card debts, buy a house, maybe a boat, go on vacation. They enjoy it. However, some people, most people, have their actions in the wrong direction. The potential was good. They could have bought good things. They could have been set for life. However, they squander this money, spend it too quickly, and now are somehow in debt. It's interesting how that works, isn't it? The potential was going positive, and their actions drove them into the negative. So, what are you going to do? What's going to be your reality? You are the internal force that affects the story. So, your actions can positively promote the potential for good that is around you all the time, or you could crush it and end up in the negative anyways. Likewise, the potential of the world doing negative things. For example, we have a virus right now. This has always been potential. It's happened multiple times. We did not know it was going to happen. And it is bad. It is very negative influence. So, we can either mope around, sit in quarantine, and slowly have life sucked out of us, or we can try to keep things moving. It's all potential. Or our actions of the potential. Our influence on the potential. Our countering force, if you will. So, what I encourage you to do is analyze the potential of things around you. Think about how your actions will either negate the negative forces and try to push them in a negative or in a positive direction, despite how persistent they might be. But if your positive potential is there, I assure you that if you get some positive action and follow it along, you'll have some very good momentum. You will create the impetus for positive growth and direction. Are you going to wait to win the lottery? That's why a lot of people think that all of these billionaires and trillionaires and quadrillionaires have all of this success. They got lucky. Well, yes, there's potential to get lucky. However, most of these people were doing a lot of hard work on their own before they got lucky and had the opportunity to capitalize on to become what they are now. They had their actions going in the right direction, and then the potential came up behind it, and they got it. And, again, it's also possible that a negative force can collide with your positive influence and go up. This is how a mountain is made. And for anyone that is not familiar with this, the tectonic plates, or the plates under the Earth's surface, collide. You know, they're constantly moving. And whenever one plate comes into contact with another plate, they force together and push and push and push and push until they start to smash each other into a mountain. This is how mountains are formed. So, think about that. Have a great day. Like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you'd like to see what comes next. And as always, I hope you're having a positively maddening, happy, super awesome, fantastical day. Take care.